Zarina binti Hashim, Guru Cemerlang Bahasa Inggeris from SMK Mandin in Pinang. Okay, today, I'm going to share with you my innovation that I carried out with my students. Okay, so the title of my innovation is OTR Kit. Okay, so we will find out what is OTR Kit stands for. Okay, next. For the introduction, what is OTR Kit? OTR Kit is a tool in helping students to describe photos by using adjectives in the correct order during their speaking activities. Why do I decide to do all speaking activities? This is because according to Dewi 2021, oral communication or speaking is seen to help students to succeed in both education and career. This is further supported by Rashida et al. 2020. According to them, reading, writing, speaking, and listening are skills that must be mastered to be proficient in the English language. But the key to mastering all of these skills is to have a large vocabulary. So this is where I invent or I innovate this kit to help my students to have a large vocabulary so that they are able to describe the photos for the speaking activities. So now let us look at what does OTR stand for. O stand for order, T stand for them, which is the adjective, and R stand for right. So the idea is to get my students to arrange the adjective while they are describing the photos and to arrange that in the correct order. And in this kit, it comes with a board of 5 columns. Which you can see, there are 5 columns in this table. This is what I call as table. So the first column is OP, which is opinion. And the second column is SI, which is size. The third column is A, which stands for age. The fourth column is CO, which is color, and OB is the object. So they have to describe the photos using the adjective in the correct order following the tables. So the kit comes with the board. I have come up with the kit. So this is the kit for them to write the adjective. So inside the kit, so inside the kit you can see that I include the marker pens, the marker pens for them to write during the group activities, and also a duster and a dust. So this is the kit for them to do the activities with the students. What is my objective? So the objective is first to assist students in their speaking about photos that they're going to describe, using the correct adjective and in the correct order during their speaking exercise. The second objective that I want to achieve is to enable students to score good result in their Part 2 speaking test for Form 3 summative assessment, which is slightly the end of the year. So now, why do I decide to come up with this idea to get my students to be able to speak, to be able to describe the photos? So this is the reason or the issues that I have identified in my class. So the first issue is there is no adjective to describe the noun. So before they come up with the adjective, they have to identify the nouns in the sentence or in the photo. So you can see from this response of my student, the one that I circle, like the word mat, mother, and daughter. These are all the nouns. So they have to describe this noun. But in this example, my student, they do not describe the noun. So they just write the nouns in the sentence. The second issue that I want to highlight is, again, the adjectives used are not in order. That means, although they can write the adjective, but it is not in order. From the example response, you can see number 2, the park is large and calm. Okay, as we all know, you have to arrange the adjective in the correct order for your sentence to be authentic. Okay, for example, the word large should be after the word count. Okay, and not like what my student did, where they write the part is large and count. Okay, so from the issues, okay, I have come up with the idea of having the board for them to write the correct adjective in the correct order. Okay. Okay, these are the two tables, okay, that I have created for my students. Okay, the first table on the left, okay, is the one that you can see the order of adjective table. So this is the first activity that I have exposed to my students, where they write or they draw the table in their exercise book. Okay, and they do it individually. Okay. And then after I've observed, okay, my students, that they do not do the activities in groups, and the activities are not engaging, and the lesson was not interesting, so I have decided to come up with this table on the right, which is the OTR table that I mentioned earlier. So where you have all the opinion, size, age, color, and object. So based on the pictures that you can see on the right, okay, let's see, for example, we want to describe the boy, okay, in the first picture, okay, we want to describe the boy. So you can write under opinion, cute, SI is the size, little, and then A is the age, young, and the object is the boy. So now we are describing the noun, which is the boy, the cute little young boy. So now you can see how the sentence has been developed, okay, from the short sentence to a more authentic and comprehensive sentence. Okay, so let's look at the next example. Okay, still in the first picture, okay, we want to describe the sweater. Okay, the sweater that the boy is wearing. We want to describe the sweater. So you can describe under opinion, it's a long sleeve. Okay, and then the color you can put under the column of color red, and the sweater. So we can describe the long sleeve red sweater. Okay. Then now, let's move on to the process of how I carried out this activity with my students. Okay. So the first thing is I will assign my students to groups of 4 or 5. So they are divided into group of 4 or 5. And then the next process is every group is provided with an OTR board or the OTR Kit together with a dice, marker pens, and a duster for them to work in groups. Okay. And they were given a set of pictures, okay, of 5 pictures, which is aligned with the Form 3 speaking test in Part 2. Okay. And the next process is they will be given a dice, okay, for them to throw to know who is going to start describing the picture. Let's say if the first person to throw the dice get number 2, so that person will have to describe picture number 2. And it continues until all the group members have got the number of the pictures for them to describe. Okay. Then we continue with the next activity, okay, which is while they are describing the pictures, they will have to identify, okay, the nouns in the picture, and from there they will have to use the adjective to describe the nouns and write the adjective following the correct order on the OTR board. Okay. Okay, now as you can see, the students, they are writing the sentences with the adjective in the exercise book. Okay. So this is very important for them to write in the book in case they've forgotten what they have to describe later, okay, at the end of the lesson. Okay. So this is the sample of students' responses in the book, okay, that they write the sentence in the book. And the first group to finish describing the pictures will shout bingo. Okay, and then we move on to the other process, okay, before we ask the student to present the ideas to the class. Then now the teacher will have to take note of the group who have finished and for them to get ready to present the ideas to the class. Okay. Okay, here, okay, the first group that have finished and that we have shouted bingo just now will be asked to present the ideas first. Okay, and finally, So this is the response that they have written in the book. Okay. After all, the group have presented the ideas to the class. So they have to present the ideas to the class, and we'll start with the first group to finish just now.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. I am teacher Zarina binti Hashim from SMK Mandin in Pinang. Today, I'm going to share my innovation, which is titled OTR Kit. OTR stands for Order Them Right. Now, let us look at what is inside this kit. First, we will find some marker pens for students to write on the board later, a duster and a dice. So when the student get the board or the kit in each group, together with the kit, they will find a board which comprises of 5 columns. Okay? So the first column is the letter OP. So OP stands for opinion, and then we have SI for size, A for age, CO for color, and OB for objects. Okay, apart from that, each group will be provided with a set of pictures. Okay, as you can see, there are 5 pictures here, and each picture is numbered accordingly. Okay, let's say if they want to start using the board or the kit. Okay, first, a student will have to roll a dice. Let's say they get number 3. So when they get number 3, they will have to choose picture number 3. Okay. So they will cut the picture and paste the picture in the exercise book. Okay, the first student will have to describe picture number 3, and so does all the other students in the group. But if they get number 6, for example, they have to roll again until they get to number 5. First, if you look at the first column, okay, this is opinion. So let's say they want to describe picture number 1. So picture number 1 is a picture of a boy with a red sweater. So they can describe the picture as cute. A for opinion, size little, A young. The object here is the boy. So in a way, they will describe the picture as cute little young boy. So this is not, of course, quick sentence, but they will have to write the complete sentence in their exercise book. So we have identified all the items in the kit. So in the next video, I'll show you how this kit is being used in a group with all the students.
to the home. The boy feeding the teeny white bird. the whitebird is better, the kind little young boy let the whitebird flew away from the big cage. The kind little young boy feel proud because he saved the whitebird.
Okay, so this is actually the students' response after they have identified the adjective, after they have arranged in the correct order. So you can see now the sentence has become more comprehensive. Okay, so they have managed to describe the boy in the picture. Okay, so instead of just saying the boy, that now they can describe the boy by stating there as the little boy and the little girl. So they are cleaning the house together, and the girl changed the long new curtain. So now they can describe the boy, the girl, and the curtain. So you can see now how the sentence has been developed after they have made use of the board to describe the adjective. Okay, now let us watch a video of my students who have carried out the activities after they have completed the speaking lesson. Okay, let's watch the video together.
In the morning, Ravi woke up from his small bed. He is wearing red line t-shirt.
Wake up, Ravi go to the bedroom to watch TV with you. Get up in front of the square mirror.
His mother is wearing a new school uniform and is ready to
He was waiting for his school bus near to the bus stop.
Mati awal.
Okay.
The little young boy named Ravi is having breakfast with his family. Ravi drink a glass of delicious milk every morning.
Ravi was waiting for his school bus near to the bus stop.
The first sentence is the little young boy swimming in the shallow river. Second sentence is the weather was bright and sunny. And
The young boy is wearing a small sandcastle. The young boy is waiting on a sandcastle.
Today my friend went to buy the small baby.
the happy little kids are sitting on the elephant. They are looking the playground. The elephant was also big and tall, and it is grey color.
Today I'm looking for some grocery and she looking for some delicious food.
The woman is searching for safe, fresh and tiny eggs.
Then the woman chose the fresh big and red tomato and the vegetable section. Last, the woman checked out at the cashier and she buy the fresh fish, chili egg and red tomato. Okay. The beautiful small girl is not again to go shopping for the Chinese New Year. The little girl was excited to go shopping with her father.
Okay, that was the evidence showing my students who have practiced using the adjective. Okay, after they have completed the board, okay, the OTR board just now. Okay, now let us look at the analysis of data that I have gathered, okay, based on my formative assessment during class. So I have carried out 2 assessments. One is formative assessment and the other one is the survey. Okay, so from the number of students that I've collected for the pre-intervention, only 6 students managed to use the adjective in their speaking exercise. Okay, so after I have come up with the intervention, 11 students have managed to write the sentences using the adjective in the correct order. So you can see from the chart, okay, so the number of students who have used or who have shown improvement in their speaking activity has improved. Okay, so now this is based on my survey. Okay, from the activity that I carried out in class, I have asked my students to answer the survey question. So the first objective is to see the effectiveness of using this OTR kit in enhancing their speaking skill during the English lesson. So most of my students have indicated that they agree that this kit is very effective in helping them to improve their speaking skill during the English lesson. Okay, for the second objective, so most of the students, okay, you can see 67% of them have agreed that the use of this kit can improve their speaking skill. So now let us look at the impact that this kit has on my students. Okay. So the first impact is when we are doing this in groups, so we can actually control the class. So the class will be more focused and engaged during the lesson. Okay. Next, students can learn about adjective, because some of the students, they may not have the idea of how they want to improve the sentences, how they want to make the sentences longer. So by using this activity in groups, so they can learn from the students who are more proficient in the language. Okay, and then they can actually arrange, okay, the adjective in the correct order, because all the columns are there. They just have to write, okay, with the marker pen, and it can easily be erased. Okay, and then from there we can also see that the students are able to describe the pictures for the part 2 speaking test, okay, at the end of the year in their summative test, and they learn about teamwork. So because they have to describe the photos, okay, 5 photos, so all of them have to finish describing before they can actually present that in class. Okay, and last but not least is it actually encourages participation from the less performing students. Now, how about the impact on the teachers? Okay, teachers, okay, as I mentioned earlier, they can easily control the class because they are working in group, and the lesson will be more engaging and interesting. So they can easily control the class, and they don't have any problems to get the to achieve the lesson objective for that day. Okay, and then teachers can monitor students' performance. They can do the formative assessment during class. Okay. And then teachers can also act as facilitators. Okay, they just give instruction in class, and then the student will have to follow the instruction, and they can complete the task at the end of the lesson. Okay, teachers can assess students formatively. So there is formative assessment, and of course, teachers will be more motivated to conduct the lesson in the future, because students are eager and they are waiting for another activities from the teachers. Okay. So the significant element from this innovation, okay, so these two will be very beneficial for students, and it can also help them in other skills like writing, where they can use more than one adjective to write reviews and stories. Okay, so as in the productive skill we have writing and speaking, so students can use that board to also improve their writing. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, this is a cost-saving tool as it is very handy and it's not heavy, and it's equipped with the necessary items to be used during the intervention. Okay, and it can also definitely achieve the target of this innovation, which is to encourage students to be or to use adjective to describe the pictures for the speaking practices in class. So here are some photos that I have captured during the lesson, okay, showing the board with the other groups. So there are a few colors of the board. So each group will be given a different color of board for them to work on in groups. Okay, as a conclusion, it is hoped that this innovation can be of use to other English teachers in the ESL classroom for productive skills like speaking and writing. So with this innovation, speaking lesson will be more interesting and engaging, okay, and students can score good grades for the speaking test in summative assessment. With that, I would like to thank you everyone for your patience.